So, this is actually pretty crazy because I thought about making this video almost every single day for the last 7 months. And when I finally hit 100K, when my channel really started to take off, and I dreamed about hitting that six-figure number, I wanted to release a video that was just me being honest, talking about my life and my experiences with YouTube, and nothing elaborate or fancy, no crazy editing. So just a forewarning, if you're watching this video, don't expect any of that. This is just going to be a very sappy, long-winded story about me and my life in the last couple of years and my journey with YouTube and everything that came with it. And the reason why it's crazy, like I said earlier, is because I've been at this almost 4 years. My first video was uploaded on April 2nd, 2016, and sometimes I go back and I watch my older videos, and I enjoy it because I've come so far in, let's call it, my craft, and I've learned so much, and I've gotten so much better, at least in my opinion. I've come so far, man. I've come so far. I've worked so hard for this. But before we get into talking about all that stuff, I want to say thank you to everyone who has watched the video, shared a video, liked, disliked. Those help too, by the way. Subscribed, commented, given words of encouragement, because they keep you going sometimes. On some days, when you're reading through the comments, there's negative comments that they can get to you, but 99.9% of my comments in the comment section from all of you are just overwhelmingly positive, and I can't thank you enough for it, and I really wouldn't be here without all of you. So from the bottom of my heart, I'm incredibly thankful, and I looked back to a tweet that I made in 2017 when I hit like 250 subscribers, just saying that I was incredibly thankful for every single one of those people who subscribed, and that stands true to today. We have over 100,000 now, which I still can't believe. I'm floored by the support, and my goal here, as some of you already know, is to always be transparent and honest with all of you, and just to always stand true to my roots and be myself, and that's not going to change. So, yeah, we're going to be real sappy for probably over 10 minutes because I have a lot to talk about. But I'm also going to answer some questions that I'd asked you guys to submit. And feel free to submit any questions down in the comments section. If you want to know anything about the video or my life or whatever, feel free to ask it down below, and I'll answer as many of them as I can. Now, I've been at this for the last 4 years or so. I started my channel, my first upload, April 2nd, 2016. So almost 4 years I've been uploading, and I'm actually surprised that we've made it this far because I have never stuck to anything like this in my entire life. Like, ever since I've been young, I've always wanted to do something creative, whether it was art or music. I've been in bands. I wanted to do webcomics, like all these awesome ideas have been churning in my head, and I haven't been able to execute on anything because I didn't have it in me to commit when the going got tough, and I really needed to put in the man hours. Like, when I first started this channel, let me tell you, starting a YouTube channel can be incredibly discouraging because you can put hours and hours of time into a video, upload it into the internet world, and you'll get no views. You can spend hours making videos that no one is even going to watch. And I'm being completely truthful here, and I want to be honest. I want some of you aspiring creators to know that not everything goes according to plan, and it's not always point A to point B. You might have to go point A to Z to C to X to back to A to... You get the idea. But not everything goes according to plan. It's not always a smooth road. So when I first started uploading, I was putting all this effort into videos that no one was watching, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do with my channel. I mean, I knew what I wanted to do. I always wanted to make content on Nintendo games, and Smash was always one of my favorite games ever. So, like, for me to make Smash content, it was a dream. So I started my channel making a mixture of Dragon Ball and Pokemon content because those are two things that I really liked and still do to this day. And I had friends in a similar space, so I figured maybe if I do that, I can get some help, and that's where I can take off and then start doing what I really want to do, which is this thing over here. And also, time was a big factor because I feel like a lot of people who really want to commit to something often make the excuse that, oh, I don't have enough time because I work, I go to school, I do this, I do that, whatever it may be. You need to make the time. When I first started my channel, I was working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, at a marketing firm, and I'm going to talk about my career and my education, all that, after this, but you need to make the time. When I was working 9 to 5, on my way to work, I would put my phone on my dashboard, and by the way, I do not condone this. Do not do this. I would put my phone on my dashboard, and I would drive to work, and while I'm driving, don't worry, I wasn't looking at the camera. I was talking to myself and reviewing the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super. Now, I knew I didn't have the time to commit to recording the videos that I wanted to, so I had to find whatever extra time I had in my day. And some days on my lunch break, I would go in the car and I would record discussion videos or whatever it was at the time that I was making, because I knew it would take me so long to edit them because I was new to this. I didn't really know what I was doing, but as I went further down the road, I learned how to do things like make better thumbnails. I've learned how to edit faster, more efficiently. And that's another thing. You need to invest in yourself. You need to continue education, keep learning things. If I could offer any piece of advice, continue to learn and challenge yourself. I didn't go to school for graphic design. I didn't go to school for video editing or really anything like this. I went to school for marketing. I went to college. I got my degree in marketing. By the way, I started college as an accounting major, and I changed halfway through because I didn't like accounting. I felt like it wasn't very me. It was just very black and white. Here's the numbers, and that's it. I wanted to do something that was more creative, so I switched to marketing. And luckily, I didn't really get past my core classes, so it was very easy for me to change. But if you're not happy doing something, do what makes you happy, or work and make the changes that can put you on a path to doing what you love. Basically, what I'm saying is challenge yourself, make the time. It's very easy to make an excuse, but it's not easy to commit to something that you want to do if it requires time, effort, learning, sweat equity. So I continued to make Dragon Ball discussion videos and videos on Pokken Tournament, which was the game that I started my channel with for quite a while until things really started to die down with the Wii U, and I was really having an identity crisis with my channel because I didn't know what I wanted to do next. So I dabbled in Dokkan for a little bit, and then a game came out called Pokemon Duel, which some of you might be here to this day from, or you might have heard of or played. And it was basically another gachapon game similar to Dokkan, where you would roll up these characters and you would pull from loot crates to get these figures that you would build a team and then you would use. And that's the first boom that my channel experienced. I went from maybe like 300 subs to somewhere in the, I would say 5,000s with Pokemon Duel alone. I'm looking back now because Pokemon Duel, which I've spent so many hours on my phone playing, making content, is finally shutting down at the end of next month. So I plan on doing a farewell video to it because it is the first game that really helped my channel take off. And it's important to remember that because I always want to remember my roots and, where I came from. And like I said, I started recording videos in my truck on my drive to work. Very monotone. The audio was terrible, but as I kept making videos, and I have almost 1,000 videos on my channel now, which is pretty wild. 1,000 videos I have made and uploaded. And some I've made and I haven't uploaded because I didn't think they were up to par with what I wanted to put out there. But as you keep doing it, you get better. And there's a saying that if you want to master something, you have to put 10,000 hours worth of time into whatever that craft or thing is if you want to become a master at it. So that's the YouTube side of things when I first started, but let's talk about what I was doing for my day-to-day, which was digital marketing. I started working for a small marketing firm when I graduated, and I was helping local businesses that I've been familiar with for a good portion of my life, stepping in to basically their marketing person role and helping do things like build websites or place ads on Google and just a variety of other things on my day-to-day. And I was working 9 to 5. Some days I would go home and I have to continue working because we had a small team. I had to put in a lot of time to get projects done because we didn't have dozens of people on my team like a larger firm in New York City. I was outside of the city. I worked for a smaller company. We didn't have a huge team. We didn't have a lot of money, so we had to make do with what we had. And there were some nights, in fact, most nights, I would not go to bed till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because I was up editing, recording, making thumbnails, uploading and tweaking videos, descriptions, whatever comes with the territory of being a YouTuber. I was trying to do that on top of working a 9 to 5, and I would go to work the next day incredibly exhausted because I would go to bed so late and just rinse and repeat for a couple years. And a couple years into my career, I realized where I was, and I wasn't happy anymore. I wasn't happy working for somebody, and there's nothing wrong with the people that I worked for. I wanted more creative freedoms and just more freedoms in life. And I didn't really like answering to the client side of things. And, sometimes you have to take shit from people, and I wasn't about that. You'll see people getting mouthy with me in the comment section, and I'll clap right back because I don't like to take shit from anybody. I never did. I never will. So I wasn't happy where I was, and I knew I needed to make a change. So I kept at it. I was looking for a job elsewhere, and by the time I was ready to quit my job, Smash was kind of starting to take off for me because I'd uploaded a couple Smash videos, and they really didn't do anything. Just like, this is before the game came out, so it was character discussions and who I thought was going to join the roster, and it was all those speculation videos because the game wasn't out yet. So when the game finally came out, around November going into December, my channel really started to boom because I'd made a couple Geno videos, and some of you may have seen them, and you may have been around that long, but I've really wanted Geno and Smash for a long time. So those videos started to take off, and I grabbed a hold of those reins, and I said, okay, I've always wanted to make Nintendo content. I'm not happy doing this mobile game anymore, but if I move all my efforts into Smash, I run the risk of losing all the people that are there for specifically Pokemon Duel, and basically it would be like starting my channel all over again. But I was so burned out on that game, and that game was going nowhere. It was just rinse and repeat the same banners and content, and there was nothing new that it offered after a certain time. But if you're a content creator, you know what I'm talking about. You have people that will sub to you for a specific game or series, and they're not there for you. But then you have this small or hopefully large group of people that will support you every step of the way because they are there for you, the content creator, and not the game that you're playing. So I took the risk. I started making Smash content. It started taking off. I saw more and more subs coming in, and eventually I started surpassing the amount of subs that were coming in from Pokemon Duel with Smash, and my views started going up, and I kept riding that wave. And deciding to change my content wasn't the only risk that I took. The other risk was after quitting my job and deciding to take on YouTube full-time, even though I was under 30,000 subs, when most people don't quit until they're somewhere over 100,000 or whatever the goal may be, with whatever the amount of views coming in to pay whatever bills you have to. I knew I was taking a pay cut, but I knew that if I really wanted to prove myself, this was going to be the year to do it. Once I quit my job, I knew that I was going to have to spend the rest of the year working my ass off to prove that I can not only do this, but I can make a career out of it. And I guess the point of all this and what I wanted to really get at is if you have a dream or if you have a goal, go after it. Even if it seems silly, even if people tell you that you can't do it. I mean, obviously, some things are inachievable, but if there is something within your reach, go for it. Put in the time, learn what you need to learn, continue to educate yourself, challenge yourself. And like I said earlier, it's not going to be a smooth road. It's not going to always be steps 1, 2, 3, and then you get what you're looking for. There's setbacks. There's unexpected things. You know, I was growing when I was playing this one game, and then, you know, I grew tired of it, and I knew there was no future in it. So I had to take a step back, even though it meant basically starting over and running the risk of losing everything that I had built after, you know, almost 2 years. But in the long run, I would be happier doing this other thing. All right, now we're going to move on to the Q&A portion of this. I asked you guys to submit questions, and here's what we got. Go-to chicken wing sauce. I like mild, medium, and hot, you know, basic buffalo wing sauces. I also like honey barbecue. I guess it depends on which wing place you go to. Mango habanero is also one of my favorites. When did I decide to make a YouTube channel? Like I said earlier, I've always wanted to do something creative, but a couple of years before making one, I always thought about doing it, and then my friend Rhymestyle kind of pushed me over the edge to do it. How did I come up with my name? I get this one a lot, so I thought the words chocolate and octopus would sound cool together, and that was my name in League of Legends back in 2011. And ever since then, it's kind of what I use for my online persona. But my real name is Rob, so feel free to address me as Rob as well. For those starting their streaming careers, what would I recommend buying? And this will also go for YouTube because people ask me for advice on YouTubers getting started, so I'll address both in the same question. Don't spend a lot of money on gear to start. You know, you want to start with basic things and then build on as you grow and make more money. So start with your cell phone to make videos. I started with my cell phone. I had a basic capture card, which was an Elgato HD60 external capture card that I would plug into. The quality wasn't as good as what I have now, but it worked for about 2 years. Also, be consistent, whether it's streaming, uploading to YouTube. Consistency is key. So if you're uploading 1 video a week, streaming 3 times a week, whatever it is, stick to your schedule. How did I get into video games? So when I was around 3 years old, my father was a cop, and he's retired now, but when he broke his leg on the job, my mom bought him an NES, and he was couch ridden, so he would just spend hours playing Super Mario Bros. 3. I would just sit there for hours and just watch. I didn't even want to play. I just watched until one day it was my time to take the controller. Will I ever play Smash competitively? Probably not, because A, I'm not good enough. B, I enjoy casual play a lot more. And C, I'm not good enough. When did I start playing Smash, and what's my favorite game of all time? So, launch day, Smash 64 back in 1999, and my favorite game of all time is Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Cereal first, then milk, or the other way around? It's cereal, then milk. If you do it the other way around, you're a serial killer. What is my passion? I love coaching gymnastics. I've been a gymnastics coach since I was 18. I've kind of always did it on the side of whatever I was doing. So whether I was working full-time or now that I'm just doing YouTube, I still coach, and I love it. Favorite Ninja Turtle? It's got to be Raph. What do I use to edit? Adobe Premiere Pro, although I used to use Sony Vegas. Are you excited for My Hero Academia Season 4? Hell yeah, but I still need to watch like a couple more episodes in Season 3 that I've been putting off for a while. Any plans for a behind-the-scenes studio tour? Yes. If you guys want to see it, I guess let me know down in the comments section, but I've been thinking about it, so maybe sometime this year we'll try to do one. What made me want to start content? So, like I said earlier, my friend Rhymestyle, he was a YouTuber prior when I met him, and he kind of pushed me into doing it. But also, I've wanted to kind of do something with YouTube or streaming for a while, and one day I woke up and I just started making videos, and I didn't stop. Thoughts on Pokemon Duels shutting down? I think it needs to. I don't think it's up to par with what Pokemon Masters is right now in terms of branding, in terms of just development resources and money and marketing they're putting into the game. I mean, they kind of put Pokemon Duel out there, and it was a cash cow for a little while, and then, they had their core players, their whales, that kind of made them some money, and they haven't done much with it, so it's time for it to go. Favorite candy? Easily Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Or if we're going non-chocolate, probably Sour Patch Kids. What was the first game you would run to whenever you went to the arcade as a kid? It would either be Marvel vs. Capcom or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Will I ever record a Minecraft video? So I've been getting endless requests to make a Minecraft video. I do promise I will make one, and it's coming. Favorite Sword Boy? Either Cloud or Ike. Or Hero. So that's it for my very bland 100K special, but this is what I wanted to do when I hit it, and I'm glad I finally got to do it. So thanks again to my wife, my family, my friends, all of you for supporting me along the way. Seriously, I could not have done this without you, and it still really hasn't hit me yet that we have 100,000 subs. I need to finally get my silver play button, and I can't wait to get that. I'll be posting pictures of that on Twitter, Instagram, so if you want to go follow me there as well. Who knows what the rest of the year is going to bring for us, what next year is going to bring. Smash obviously has a lot more content coming to it, and I'm really grateful for that, not to mention there's a lot of other stuff I plan on doing. And real quick, I just want to give you a couple more channel updates with some stuff I plan on doing. A lot of people have been asking where are the character guides, because I kind of stopped them. I'm going to be doing more of them, but kind of as I want to, as opposed to doing one every week, because they're incredibly draining to do. But more character guides are coming. I just don't know when the next one's going to be, and then we'll upload them kind of as I feel like it. I'm also going to be building more on the Throwback Thursday content. If you haven't seen the Smash 64 video I did, go check that out. That was a good intro into it, and then there's more other games coming as well. And obviously, Smash is going to be the cornerstone of the channel, so you don't have to worry about that going anywhere. Likely we'll do some Link's Awakening stuff because that's coming out. Pokemon's coming out. Luigi's Mansion. I plan on doing a whole bunch of cool stuff for October and throughout the rest of the year. So look forward to some variety content. Make sure if you want to watch those, you help support the channel that way as well. So thanks again from the bottom of my heart. I also did promise myself that I would take a full week off once I hit 100K. So if you don't see any content this coming week, after this week, it's because I'm taking a much-needed break, as we all need sometimes. But thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.